Have you ever found yourself sitting quietly at the dinner table, listening to your children talk over you like you weren't even there? Maybe they interrupt you, dismiss your opinion, or ignore your advice like it doesn't matter anymore. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? Like somewhere along the way, the roles flipped, and suddenly, you're the one being treated like a child in your own family. If that hits close to home, you're not alone. As we get older, something subtle but powerful happens in our families. The kids we raised, the ones we once taught to tie their shoes and cross the street safely, start seeing us as less capable, less relevant, even less deserving of basic respect. And sometimes, they don't even realize they're doing it. But we feel it. And it hurts. Now, here's the truth: growing older does not mean giving up your dignity. You may move a little slower, your hair may be a bit grayer, but your wisdom, your presence, and your worth, they're more valuable than ever. If your children don't treat you with the respect you deserve, it's not the end of the story. There are things you can do, powerful, meaningful things, that can change the dynamic and restore mutual respect. Today, we're going to talk about exactly that. This isn't about yelling, blaming, or demanding respect. It's about how to shift the energy in your relationship, stand tall again, and be seen not just as someone's parent, but as a person worth listening to. Let's start by talking about the very first shift, something simple but often overlooked. It's about how you carry yourself when you speak. I'm not talking about posture, though that helps too. I'm talking about your tone, your timing, your presence. Many older adults start to speak more quietly or less frequently over time, either because they feel ignored or they're trying not to be a bother. But when you start to fade into the background, people around you will begin to treat you like you're already there. So here's what to do instead. The next time you're in a conversation with your children, whether it's a family gathering or a one-on-one chat, speak with intention. Don't rush to fill the silence or tiptoe around your opinions. Take a breath. Look them in the eye. And say what you want to say with clarity and calm. The quiet confidence of your voice can command more respect than any raised voice ever could. This doesn't mean being forceful or trying to dominate the room. It means reminding them, and yourself, that your voice still matters. When you take up that space with grace and firmness, others tend to pause and listen differently. And sometimes, that's all it takes to begin changing how they see you. Another powerful step you can take is setting clear emotional boundaries. Now, this one can feel a little scary at first, especially if you grew up believing that being a good parent means always being available, always saying yes, and never rocking the boat. But here's the thing: when you allow someone, even your child, to speak to you in a way that is unkind or dismissive, and you say nothing, you're unintentionally giving permission for that behavior to continue. So let's imagine a common situation. Your adult child snaps at you or uses a sarcastic tone when you offer a suggestion. In that moment, rather than brushing it off or staying quiet, try saying calmly, "I'm happy to help, but I'd like to be spoken to with kindness." That's it. No drama. No lecture. Just a gentle but firm reminder that respect is expected. Sometimes, they may not even realize they crossed a line until you name it. And when you consistently stand up for yourself in these small ways, you teach others how to treat you. Respect isn't demanded, it's taught through boundaries. Another thing to consider, and this one surprises a lot of people, is that sometimes our children treat us with less respect because they still see us stuck in old roles. You know, the nagging mom or the disapproving dad who always criticizes their choices or gives unsolicited advice. Even if we don't mean to come across that way, years of habit can create walls that get in the way of healthy adult-to-adult communication. What can help shift this dynamic is something most parents don't think of doing with their grown children: apologize. Not for existing. Not for having an opinion. But for the ways we may have unintentionally hurt or limited them in the past. Maybe you were a strict parent. Maybe you had high expectations. Maybe you weren't always emotionally available when they were younger. Whatever it is, owning even a small part of that past with humility can open up doors you didn't even know were closed. You might say something like, "I know I wasn't always easy to talk to when you were younger. I've learned a lot since then, and I want to have a better relationship with you now. That kind of honesty takes courage, but it often melts years of tension in a single sentence. Because what your children want, even as adults, is to feel seen and understood too. By doing this, you're not giving up your position as a parent, you're stepping into your power as a whole, wise, emotionally strong human being. That's the kind of presence that earns lasting respect. Now that we've looked at these first steps, from finding your voice again to setting emotional boundaries and softening old patterns, let's keep moving forward. There are a few more powerful shifts we can make to transform these relationships, not just to get respect, but to build connection, warmth, and mutual understanding. Because you deserve more than just polite words. You deserve to be valued, heard, and truly seen. Watching and feel that these insights are meaningful. Please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. Now let's talk about something most people overlook, mental sharpness. You know that old saying, use it or lose it? Well, science backs it up in a big way. Studies show that seniors who keep their minds active through reading, puzzles, learning new skills, are more likely to live longer and maintain their independence. So, sign number 3 is brain you're mentally engaged. Researchers at Rush University in Chicago followed older adults over many years. The results? Those who participated in regular cognitive activities had a 32% slower decline in memory and thinking ability. Even better, those same folks had a significantly lower risk of Alzheimer's and early death. Here's something powerful: it's never too late to start. Even in your 70s or 80s, picking up a new hobby, like painting, playing a musical instrument, or even learning to use a smartphone, can stimulate your brain and build new neural connections. Let me tell you about Robert, age 79. He started learning Italian just for fun during the pandemic. He now chats online with new friends in Rome and Naples every week, and says he feels sharper than he did 10 years ago. That kind of curiosity? It's not just charming, it's a lifespan-extending habit. Now let's move to sign number 4, and this one might surprise you. Manstanding you move with confidence. No, we're not talking about sprinting a marathon or lifting weights like a 25-year-old. We're talking about simple things: how steady your walk is, how easily you can get up from a chair, and whether your balance feels solid. A study from the British Medical Journal found that people in their 70s who could stand on one leg for 10 seconds or more had a lower risk of dying over the next decade. Why? Because balance isn't just about strength, it's tied to brain function, inner ear health, reflexes, and even cardiovascular health. Here's a quick test. Try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, safely, near a wall. If it feels easy, great. If it's challenging, that's a sign your body needs some balance training. And guess what? Tai Chi, gentle yoga, or simply walking on uneven surfaces like grass or sand can help. Remember, balance isn't just about avoiding falls, it's a window into your overall vitality. Let's move to one of the most powerful signs yet. Flexed biceps. Sign number 5, you have strong grip strength. Yes, something as simple as your handshake might reveal how long you'll live. Grip strength is one of the best indicators of muscle mass, cardiovascular health, and even brain health. In fact, a study from The Lancet found that every 5 kilograms decrease in grip strength was associated with a 16% higher risk of death. Think about that. Something you probably never think about, your ability to open a jar or carry grocery bags, may be telling you more than your cholesterol levels. Want to improve your grip strength? Use hand grippers. Do some light dumbbell exercises. And don't underestimate gardening, cooking, or kneading bread, they all count. Before we wrap up this section, let's not forget an emotional sign that's equally critical. Speech balloon. Sign number 6, you have strong social connections. It's been proven time and again, loneliness is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Harvard's 80-year-long study on adult development found that people who maintained warm relationships in their 70s lived longer, healthier, and happier lives than those who didn't. This doesn't mean you need 100 friends. Even one or two deep, meaningful connections, someone to talk to, laugh with, or call when you're down, can make all the difference. Meet Maria, age 84. She lives alone but hosts a Sunday tea gathering every week for her neighbors. It's not fancy, just tea and cookies, but the conversations fill her heart and keep her spirit young. Connection keeps our brains sharp, our moods balanced, and our immune systems strong. So never underestimate the power of a shared laugh or a warm hug. Finally, let's talk about one more surprising signal, one that lives quietly inside your chest. The last 3 signs that point to a longer life. Now let's explore the final 3 signs that may hint at a longer, more vibrant life after 70. These aren't guesses, they're backed by research from institutions like Harvard, Johns Hopkins, and global longevity studies. And they just might give you the clarity and motivation to live better starting today. Sign number 5, you wake up with a sense of purpose. This might sound a little feel-good, but having a reason to get out of bed each day is one of the strongest predictors of longevity, especially after 70. In Japan, they call it ikigai, meaning reason for being. Centenarians in Okinawa often say that their garden, their grandchildren, or morning tea with friends is why they get up each day. It doesn't have to be grand, it just has to matter to you. A study published in JAMA Network Open found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose had a significantly lower risk of death from all causes. Why? Purpose keeps you mentally engaged, emotionally connected, and more physically active. So ask yourself, what lights you up? It could be mentoring someone, volunteering, crafting, playing music, or even just feeding your cat. That spark, no matter how small, isn't just good for your heart. It may keep it beating longer. Sign number 6, you bounce back from stress, instead of letting it break you. We all know stress is bad. But it's not just about whether you have stress, it's about how you handle it. And your ability to recover from stress, called resilience, is a powerful predictor of longevity. According to research from the University of California, older adults who are resilient tend to have lower levels of inflammation, healthier brains, and stronger immune systems. What does resilience look like after 70? It's not about pretending everything's fine. It's about acknowledging life's challenges, grief, illness, setbacks, and choosing to move forward. Even slowly. Here's a quick test. When something goes wrong, do you dwell on it for days, or do you find a way to keep going? You can build resilience through mindfulness, faith, journaling, community, and reframing challenges as growth opportunities. Think of it like a muscle, it gets stronger with use. And remember, being resilient doesn't mean you never fall. It means you always rise. Sign number 7, you're curious about the future, not just the past. Many people over 70 fall into a quiet trap. They stop imagining the future. But research shows that those who stay curious about the world, new technologies, learning opportunities, or even their own personal goals, tend to live longer and age more slowly. Think of your brain like a plant. If you water it with new ideas, new perspectives, and a little wonder, it keeps growing. Neuroscientist Dr. Daniel Levitin, author of Successful Aging, says that curiosity and openness to new experiences are linked to healthier brains and a lower risk of dementia. So whether it's learning a new language, exploring a different walking route, trying a new recipe, or signing up for a painting class, stay curious. A sense of wonder may be your most powerful anti-aging tool. Closing message, your life story isn't finished yet. Let's recap the 7 surprising signs of long life after 70. Strong leg strength. Stable walking speed. Low chronic inflammation. Positive social ties. A clear sense of purpose. Resilience to stress. Lifelong curiosity. If you saw even one of those in yourself today, that's a spark. If you saw more than one, that's a fire. But even if none of them describe you yet, it's not too late to change. Longevity isn't about perfection, it's about direction. And the direction you choose today can shape your life tomorrow. You've made it this far. That alone is worth celebrating. But now, it's time to build not just a long life, but a life that feels deeply worth living. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video helped you reflect or feel hopeful, consider sharing it with someone you care about. Because growing older doesn't mean slowing down, it means rising up with wisdom, strength, and purpose. And maybe, just maybe, living even longer than you ever expected. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your insights mean a lot to us and give us the motivation to keep spreading positivity and practical advice. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support truly helps us continue creating meaningful content that informs, inspires, and uplifts. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.